Today is Valentine's Day. Poppy braced me for this before the full moon. Him calling me reminded me of the time he called me before my San Pedro ceremony in Ecuador, preceding my fall into the depths of loneliness and despair. I experienced a few hours later. That's where the night of the full moon led me. The month before, I was flying high and feeling good. Then this month's full moon drop kicked my ass back to the sunken place. My feet were swept out from under me, and so shortly after visiting this place weeks earlier while on mushrooms, I was in one of the darkest places of my life. I continued on my journey after facing this place at the start of February, and by the middle of the month, I was startled to realize I had walked myself in a circle back to this torturous hellhole in the depths of my mind. "I'm not done with you yet," said the plant medicine. "I wear my heart on my sleeve, and that makes it easier to get damaged. With each break, bruise, or battering, I endure another death. Just when you think you're safe from falling over the edge, life and relationships show you how fragile you are."
Well, gather round. We're gonna move our feet to the stomping beat. Everybody coming home. Roll from the thunder soul. Stomp your feet to the beat. Clap your hands and repeat. Watch the wild man move. You don't need no dancing through. That ain't gonna make me through. Moving forward to the bar. You become a dancing star. That's it. I think I got it.
Well, it's not that kind of YouTube channel. Wow. Okay, I actually have a list. Beautiful. Tonight is a full moon as I'm recording this. Even though it's in my notebooks, I do my best to be in tune with the universe and all of the things. But while I was journaling, I realized, like, it popped into my mind, oh yeah, today is a full moon. And I had planned on just staying at home. I had expected my laptop to come by now. So on my Substack blog, I talked about how I broke my laptop. Just back there. And I'm waiting on a replacement, which is delayed again until tomorrow. So when I remembered what day it is, I decided to get dressed up, do my hair, and go out to my favorite cafe bar, and then maybe end up at this cafe club. They have a special event on Wednesday nights. It's a Wednesday night. And so I'm basically going to let the full moon guide me. I did this last month. It was an incredible night. Now it's a new month, a new full moon. Going to be taking some blurry, unacceptable, slightly visible pictures of the moon tonight, as usual. And speaking of my Substack, I'm going to be releasing an essay on the Underground Vine Zines book of the month for February, Parable of the Sower. I discussed Octavia E. Butler's foreshadowing of the state of LA after the LA fires. And I've read her other books. I just ordered another book of hers. Her books are calling to me. I was standing here and I thought of Lilith's Brood. Like, that just popped into my head. And I looked it up because it felt familiar, but I just couldn't tell from where. And it is the name of a trilogy of books that Octavia wrote, beginning with Dawn. And the next one is Adulthood Rights, which is the book that I ordered. I read Dawn in 2023. I finished it after I went to Ecuador for the ayahuasca retreat. And where I stopped in the book mirrored what I was experiencing when I picked back up, because I didn't bring it with me. While I was there, I read Narrative of the Life of a Slave by Frederick Douglass. And that really was a timely read, and it like shifted a lot of things in my mind, especially regarding the state of Black people in this world, especially in America, where I'm from. And I have migrated away from Instagram. I left Facebook. Now I'm on Blue Sky, where it was actually kind of nice on Instagram because I was in an echo chamber of like-minded people. And when I'm on the like main discovery page, there's still some people who are well-meaning, but they are delusionally attached to ideas of a world that doesn't exist. In this world that we are in right now, we are in danger of extinction. Our rights are rapidly being ripped away with little to no pushback. Hakeem Jeffries in the United States wasted everyone's time to give a speech saying basically the Democrats have no leverage. It's the Republicans' government. What can we do? Oh no, our hands are tied. What do you expect of us, elected officials? In Germany, my dear comrade is updating me daily about people getting attacked for being brown languages being banned at demonstrations, including Arabic and Hebrew, other comrades being arrested and charged with social media posts or ultimately things that they didn't do. And I think it's great to hold on to the ideas of normalcy that you have maybe in your own personal life, but systematically, the Palestinian cause has really shown us, humans who are watching, that we have no human rights. I received a message from Dr. Allah asking me what I thought about Trump's comments regarding Gaza because he is completely disregarding the human beings, the Palestinians that are living in Gaza, who are from Gaza, who are native to that land. And they are pawns in a Squid Game type conquest to build hotels. And the fact that that is a statement that I can say, and people know that this is happening and has been happening for months, decades. And then we just do a Hakeem Jeffries and say, oh, there's nothing we can do. Our hands are tied. What do you expect of us? Like, we're only outnumbering them by billions. There are a small percentage of people who speak something and then the world reacts. Stock markets shift and the sun starts to set a little bit later or earlier, while the rest of us are facing like a really bleak reality, which I will discuss in the Zine. I'll also discuss the thoughts, my thoughts on that on my Substack. And let's check the notes. See if there's anything that we could have missed. Love that. Yeah, we'll talk about it later. Cute. I think this is fine. I'm actually really excited to go out and experience the full moon tonight. I'm dressed up in my witch wear. Yeah, I have over time been able to evolve into the person that I never thought I could be growing up. And it's a real shame that I didn't read Octavia Butler's books any earlier than in my mid to late 30s, because reading her words and hearing her hearing her description of her characters really makes me feel seen in the experiences that I'm having, even though these books were written decades ago. Another one of her books that I really connect with is Kindred. This really mirrors the reality that I experienced while I was in Ecuador at the ayahuasca retreat for a moment. And I hadn't read this book yet or listened to the audiobook yet. But she said something in an interview along the lines of she had to write herself into reality. And that is, and always has been, whether I knew it or not, my mission. I would always say that I write to make people feel more seen, but really I was writing to make myself feel more seen. I'm working on a series of books where I would like to stretch and expand my own imagination for the characters that I'm writing about. I draw inspiration from real life. And so, in addition to doing design, I will be working on a couple of titles. Let's see. Once I get my laptop, I decided there was really no point of me sitting around the house like trying to type on my projector and blah, blah, blah. It just doesn't work. So my laptop is supposed to be delivered tomorrow, over a week after the expected delivery date. But patience is a virtue, they say. So what time is it? Speaking of. Not bad. Okay. I'm going out. The sun is not even set yet, but I'm planning my day so that I can get back before a certain time because I am still middle-aged and I like to be back home before midnight. so I could do my at-home full moon ceremony. The out one and then the in one.
'Cause your hopes are getting slender and slender. Why won't somebody send a tender blue boy to cheer up little girl blue?
On my Instagram stories, I used to post videos of the birds I would feed while walking Bella. And I also introduced my former Instagram followers to the dove that likes to come to my window morning, afternoon, evening to coo outside my window. And it's very territorial. You see here, it is attempting to move this dove. The dove on the rod seems to be in the wrong territory. Yet the dove on the streetlight is not successful in getting it to go anywhere. Not only do we have daily catch-ups, my dear dove introduced me to its partner, which you see here on the top poking its little head out. It's like, hey, I got a girlfriend. The full moon kicked my ass. What I thought was going to be like a whimsical, fun, lighthearted night out where I let the moon guide me resulted in me coming home and sobbing myself to sleep and writing in my new moon, full moon plant medicine journal. It's a hybrid. Just really pouring out some of the darkest thoughts and feelings, like ultimately purging them, putting them on paper, facing them, admitting them, and then going to sleep. That was one of the darkest spaces that I've been to in quite a while. And I just did mushrooms a couple of weeks ago, and that took me to a really dark place. But I got through it. And my heart was tender. My eyes were still puffy from crying. And then to go to that place so shortly after that experience was a lot. I don't want to share what I wrote, but I want to share what I found out about the full moon in Leo. I saw this post from Zodi Am, who I can't see her posts on Instagram anymore because I'm not on there. But I could see the first page of her carousel, and it said, release heartbreak, insecurity, the nonchalant, the dull and boring, the haters and naysayers. Show up and be seen. And then on a different website, this Leo moon was a time of culmination and the promise of fulfillment that was started on the new moon. It's an emotional time of romance, fertilization, and relationships. So at least when I do come back to this book, if I ever want to read the contents that are in it, I have a little bit more context for what I was feeling. Even if I don't understand it, I am very much in sync with the moon. and our planetary environment, or our planetary symbiosis. I'm not even really sure what it would be. But it's Valentine's Day. Wow, way to not announce that at the beginning of the video, which is what I wanted to do. But it's Valentine's Day. I was in this very deep, dark, sad, lonely place 2 days before Valentine's Day. And then yesterday, the day in between, my grandfather called me and reminded me that today is Valentine's Day. And he asked me, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, well, I hadn't thought about it. And then everywhere I went after that, I saw hearts and flowers and te quieros and I love yous and teddy bears everywhere I looked. But I went out today. I got myself this plant. It was the same price as a bouquet of flowers, which in hindsight, it was overpriced. But I do hope that she lives a long life in this home. She has a little heart. So yeah, I've added a plant baby to the home. I got myself a little treat because my grandfather said to treat myself. I went secondhand shopping. I found some of the cutest stuff. Everything was half off today. I wanted a new coat, which I found, and it's different than what I envisioned, but I really love it. And some other cute stuff, like warm weather stuff that I just didn't have in my wardrobe because it's not cold that often. But when it is cold, for me, it's cold. Like I like 70 degrees and sunny. Today it's like 60s. And if you're not in the sun, to me, it's cold. So I see people outside in t-shirts, sandals. That won't be me. So ambulance. Because if it was a cop, I'm debating on if I want to go anywhere this evening. Maybe I want to take myself out for a drink. I like going to one specific bar that I can't remember the name of, but I don't like going when it's super busy. And it is Friday, it is Valentine's Day. I can try my luck. And so I brought my Oracle deck just to pull a card for today. I felt called to while I'm sitting here by the window in the sun, feeling very grateful that I get to do this. I get to be a writer, something that I always dreamed of, and I was not encouraged to make a professional venture. And so now all my life is writing. And that to me is really beautiful. So let's see. Oh, it's the first card in the deck, and it is protection. And I'm going to read what that means. You are protected. You are safe in all matters of the body, mind, and spirit. Your highest guidance has you covered on all fronts. Do not delay in moving forward. If inquiring about a relationship, situation, or how to proceed, please take this as a sign that you are taken care of and harm to none will be had. Meditate on this symbol when you feel like you need to strengthen your energy. And this symbol is the helm of awe. This is a Norse Viking rune, often used when petitioning the gods for protection in battle. Yeah, good. I'm protected. So if I go out tonight, I should be good, right? Let's see. If I can get what I want to get done, I will go out. Girls' night out. And the girl is me. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to be very much working on design these next upcoming weeks. The month is already half over. And so I will share a little bit of progress about the content. If you're interested, please stay tuned, subscribe, do all those things. Share if you want. I love that. Please spread the word about the Vine, if you will. After an already much better day, I'm in awe of how my will to love remains.